Every army believes in a system, drills, spacing, command. A promise that if everyone does the job, order will hold. But war doesn't attack systems directly. It pressures them. It crowds the lines, forces rush decisions, turns coordination into reaction. Eventually, the question isn't whether the system is sound, it's whether it can function while being leaned on. This kind of fight isn't decided by who's more orderly. It's decided by who breaks first under sustained pressure. And Matias is built to force that question. Can Dalton Smith maintain structure long enough against Matias' pressure to prevent the fight from collapsing? Two warriors, one belt. Two worlds collide at Barclays Center. Puerto Rican Grim Reaper Subriel Matías, 96% knockout ratio, 23 wins, 1 crown. Defends his WBC super lightweight title against unbeaten British phenom Dalton Smith. Executioner meets promise. Power meets reach. One fighter walks out champion. The other goes home with a broken dream. This is the breakdown you'll need to see. This is the classic battle of the ruthless champion against the promising contender, told clearly by the numbers. Subriel Matías comes in at 23-2 with 22 knockouts, a crushing 96% KO ratio, built on pressure, durability, and fights that end violently. At 33, he's the more seasoned man, with the longer pro run and deeper, harder rounds behind him. Dalton Smith is the unbeaten technician, at 18-0, carrying a 72% knockout rate, 5 years younger at 28 and still climbing fast. He owns the slight physical advantages, 1 inch taller with a 3-inch reach advantage, perfectly suited for his jab first, distance control style. Experience and attrition favors Matias, while youth, length, and composure favor Smith. On paper, it reads as pressure against precision, with the outcome hinging on whether Smith can keep the fight long, or if Matias can drag it into the trenches. This fight begins and ends with a stylistic matchup. Dalton Smith is a technical boxer puncher built around control. At his best, he operates as a disciplined outboxer, using a firm, educated jab and sharp positioning to command range and tempo.
At some point will be a cumulative effect of our late 2018. He dropped twice in the 5th round then. It was an uppercut that...
While his foundation is methodical rather than overly aggressive, he has repeatedly shown the ability to step in and punish opponents when openings present themselves, delivering force without sacrificing structure.
It'd be an absolute nightmare to fight as well as
Mike Tyson. He's seen some extraordinary things over the years, but
his jab is the centerpiece of his game. It manages distance, disrupts rhythm, and consistently sets up follow-up offense.
5th round there.
on his toes and he ducks low and then he goes into the awkward shots.
Smith favors clean, compact combinations, typically 2 or 3 punches, placing a premium on accuracy, balance, and shot selection over raw volume.
Well, he found that right uppercut numerous times.
We want to see them qualities with him now in at British level.
This archetype is designed to win rounds clearly, limit incoming damage, and erode opponents through sustained control rather than sudden surges of aggression. In essence, Smith embodies the modern textbook boxer puncher, a fighter defined by governance, structure, and efficiency, valuing command of the fight over spectacle.
Snap the head back, and Allington there will be really feeling that and thinking. And again, that's a big attack from Dalton. Oh, good left hook, good left hooks.
Subriel Matías is a pressure swarmer. His style is built not around subtlety or control, but on inevitability. Technical refinement takes a back seat to pace and attrition, creating a constant test of courage, stamina, and decision-making under fire.
Moment from the inside. If someone went down, I don't see that happening at all. No way. You also got to be honest with your.
Matias is a high-volume puncher by design, and every step forward carries intent, every exchange added to the cumulative toll. He fights to occupy space rather than chase. Instead of hunting heads or angles, Matias cuts off exits and compresses the ring, closing distance behind the high guard and accepting contact as the price of progress.
Matias versus the responsive Puello.
Yeah, and that's what happens when you tell
you know, your fight of the truth. You just.
His presence alone forces opponents to pull back, reset, and expend energy just to survive the positional battle. Once in range, he unloads sustained chaos, having hands crash into both head and body, not with the goal of a single sudden finish, but to sap strength and erode will.
14 seconds to go here. Matias trying to
turn against me when he lost, but I still think he has that boogeyman character and way about him.
His power accumulates, grinding opponents down layer by layer until reactions dull, posture fades, and resolve begins to crack.
And they quail miss a lot. It could be one round apiece. I got that person that got Matias up.
the pride of Matronillo.
It's subordinate to momentum. He trusts his durability and conditioning, willing to take 2 shots to stay in position to return 1. This calculated willingness to take punishment keeps his pressure unbroken, denying opponents the relief that comes from brief pauses or clean resets. Over time, exchanges grow increasingly one-sided, not because opponents stop landing, but because they can no longer keep pace. The true danger lies in the acceptance of truth. As rounds pass, retreat offers no safety, movement becomes exhausting, and the ring feels smaller with every step. Fighters do not simply lose rounds against Matias, they are worn down, mentally and physically, until resistance finally fades.
Wins when he lost to
Boogeyman Michael Myers just keeps coming. I mean, he's not coming. He doesn't run towards you.
Going into a matchup with Dalton Smith, the questions surrounding Subriel Matías are not about desire or durability, but about how his pressure translates against control. Matias has built his identity on inevitable suffocation, yet the inevitability depends on excess. Against a young, composed boxer puncher like Smith, the key question is whether Matias can consistently close distance without paying an unsustainable price on the way in. Smith is not just a mover, but a fighter willing to stand his ground in moments, and Matias must incite chaos by all means as the fight drifts into deeper waters. Smith's educated jab, foot placement, and commitment to range management are designed to turn Matias' forward march into a series of predictable entry points. If Matias is forced to walk through clean, repeated shots before he can work, the cost of his pressure rises quickly, yet this is where the familiar paradox appears. Hitting Matias is one thing, keeping him off is another. The question is not whether Smith can touch him, but whether he can do it consistently without being pulled into prolonged exchanges. Adaptability remains a subtle but meaningful concern. Matias thrives when his fights steadily collapse into attrition, but Smith excels at disrupting rhythm, breaking momentum with clinches, pivots, and resets. And Matias is reportedly forced to reset his pressure rather than sustain it. Frustration could creep in. He has rarely been required to solve extended tactical problems on the fly, and this matchup may demand more nuance than his usual straight-line brutality. The psychological layers cut both ways. Matias is accustomed to opponents wilting under his presence, but Smith carries confidence and composure into the pocket. Whether that composure holds while being backed up and physically taxed is unknowable until it is tested. If Smith remains disciplined deep into the fight, Matias may find himself in unfamiliar territory, a pressure campaign that does not immediately yield psychological ground. How he responds, whether by escalating volume or making a fight ugly, may decide whether his pressure remains a weapon or becomes a liability. Against Dalton Smith, the central question is not whether Subriel Matías can apply pressure, but whether that pressure can dismantle structure before structure begins to expose itself. While Smith has shown strong structure and carries confidence of a rising contender, he has never faced a juggernaut capable of taking everything he has to offer and still press forward. The central issue for Smith is sustainability. Matias will be knocking on the front door all night, capitalizing on every pause or lapse in Smith's rhythm. The early rounds are likely to favor Smith, but as the fight wears on and his legs begin to fade, his power and output will fade with them. This is when Matias' pressure takes over. Subriel Matías by late stoppage.